Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, scholars and dignitaries, welcome to another episode. Welcome to my world. Hello, friends. So one of the many blessings we have as humans is that we have choices. We have freedoms. And one of the choices we have, which is what separates and elevates us above animals, is that we can fulfill the will of God. We have freedom. And over these many years, we've learned what God's will is for us, and we can choose or not to bring it into fruition here on earth. For instance, take the three great virtues: faith, hope, and charity. Together, these virtues are the very soul, the essence of holiness to which we are called. They shape, govern, and perfect all the means to holiness. They help us live a life consistent with God's will for us, a life of purity, sanctity, and grace. Well, one of the most important set of principles to follow to truly realize this and take another step towards holiness and fulfilling the will of God are the corporal and spiritual works of mercy. The works of mercy are prized and honored works in the Christian tradition, especially in the Roman Catholic religion. The corporal and spiritual works of mercy were taught by Jesus. They seek to help alleviate human misery, including poverty, oppression, and both physical and psychological illness and death. Now, there are actually two sets of works of mercy, and according to the Church, everyone is obliged to perform the works of mercy according to his or her own ability and the needs of their neighbor. And yes, these do not need to be superhuman or earth-shattering efforts. Even ordinary deeds done every day to help others and to help relieve their miseries are true works of mercy. And it includes simple and everyday actions like helping a neighbor, caring for someone who's sick or elderly, or just lending a helping hand to anyone in need, not just a family member, but any stranger too. So, what are they? The corporal works of mercy consist especially in feeding the hungry, giving drink to the thirsty, clothing the naked, sheltering the homeless, visiting the sick, visiting those in prison, and burying the dead. These are works of charity which are compassionate and merciful for man, but by alleviating the misfortunes of others are pleasing to God. The spiritual works of mercy have also been a long part of the Christian tradition, and these are necessary to help guide us to help our neighbor in their spiritual needs. While the corporal works of mercy are oriented towards the body, the spiritual works of mercy are oriented towards the soul and include the 7 practices to help the soul, and again are based on the teaching of Jesus. They include convert the sinner, instruct the ignorant, counsel the doubtful, comfort the sorrowful, bear wrongs patiently, forgive injuries, and pray for the living and the dead. The spiritual works are necessary to help instruct this next generation and help them avoid sin and remain on the path of holiness. So, how can you help with the works of mercy? Well, there are hundreds of ways, basically, whenever opportunities present themselves. For the corporal works, you can spend time with someone who's lonely, especially a widow or widower. Offer daily prayers for those who are sick. Lend a hand or run an errand for a neighbor. Support and volunteer at local food pantries or soup kitchens, and even call area churches or nonprofit agencies to see if there are local families in need, especially during the holidays. For the spiritual works of mercy, you can comfort the distressed by walking with them through their pain. Give hope to those who are having a difficult time. Try to guide a person back into their faith and their religion. Sacrifice. Offer to pray with someone. And overlook slights, criticisms, and accusations. So I want to remind you of the parable that Jesus told, the parable of Lazarus, a poor beggar who was ignored and mistreated by a rich man who was dressed in fine linens and lived in luxury every day. The beggar laid by his door and was covered with sores and longed even to eat what fell from the rich man's table. Even the dogs came and licked his sores, and every day the rich man ignored him and his pleas for help. The day came when both Lazarus and the rich man died. Lazarus was brought to heaven, and the rich man was sent to hell. The rich man was in torment and asked even for water to quench his thirst, but was told that, quote, in your lifetime, you received good things while Lazarus received bad things. But now he is comforted here and you are in agony. Remember that at the last judgment, Jesus will look at your life and see how you treated others, and not the rich and powerful, but those who were in greatest need. And as the rich man ignored Lazarus, we cannot, dare not ignore our brothers and sisters in need. And the irony of all of this is that by helping others, we help ourselves. And if not in this life, then in the next. The corporal and spiritual works of mercy are very strong and powerful, and if practiced consistently and faithfully, each and every one of us has the ability, the gift, to help at least one person, and maybe even to change the world. That's a powerful gift and too precious to ignore or just throw away. As St. Paul said, faith, hope, and charity are the greatest virtues, but the greatest of these is charity. Hey, be safe, be well, and may God bless.